Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Popeyes goes back in time for its latest promo, and even if some things seem a little familiar, there's one thing in particular that isn't. And as you just saw, Popeyes now has Tots on the menu for the very first time. Truly something new, and definitely something I have not seen over here at Popeyes at all up until right now. And it's part of their all-new Cajun Sparkle Boneless Wings combo. As you can see here, a lot of chicken, guys. This is supposedly 7 pieces of 100% white meat chicken, battered up and fried to a crispy golden brown, which it definitely is. And it's actually coated with some Cajun Sparkle, guys, which is a combination of garlic and pepper, essentially. But guys, I have to admit, it does look really, really tasty. And as you guys can see right over there, we have got plenty of it on a lot of the chicken here, guys. I think this is gonna be pretty good. This combo for $6 includes the Tots, as you see, along with the biscuit, but you also get a side to go with it. So I decided to go with red beans and rice because it's definitely my favorite. And while it's supposed to come with that Cajun Sparkle Ranch dipping sauce, I actually did not get that. They gave me some regular buttermilk ranch, and I decided to put some of the Cajun Sparkle onto it. But as you guys can see, a nice look on exactly what this is. It looks pretty much like ground up garlic and pepper together. And I have to admit, the smell is pretty glorious. I'm very impressed so far. Let's see if the flavor delivers overall with this one, guys. We're gonna be focusing on the chicken and the Tots, of course. This is the Cajun Sparkle Boneless Wings and Tots combo here at Popeyes with the Cajun Sparkle goodness to go with it. Let's peep out this flavor. So if you're a fan of high quality, delicious looking food reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to tap the bell icon so you can be notified as soon as new content drops every week. Now let's dive into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Guys, I actually have 10 boneless wings in this box here right now. That did look like a lot of chicken in that initial close-up, and I'm not complaining one bit. It's fried Popeyes goodness. It smells pretty incredible. Let's get in on it right now. That's different. Well, first off, the pepper and the saltiness is definitely there, but now the pepper is beginning to kick just a little bit more in the background. Nice Louisiana spices, guys, on the Popeyes chicken as always. It's juicy, it's hot, it's fresh. Very nice coating as well, and wow, that is really beginning to kick. Let's keep going. I don't know if you can kind of see that on the inside, but there's a little bit of a red tint to it overall, and I have to admit the juiciness along with that light heat that I'm getting just from that is really worth it. And then the saltiness of the actual coating comes out, along with the pepper that I'm tasting as well. Little hints of garlic, but it's more peppery than anything else. But guys, very tasty. Yeah, this is actually pretty tasty. Let me knock off this last piece before we get into those Tots and see what they're all about. Yep. Well, if you've seen one Tot, you've pretty much seen them all. This is pretty much as expected. A pretty decent size overall, and definitely a nice crispy coating on the outside along with that Cajun Sparkle goodness sprinkled on top. Let's get into it. I have a feeling I think I know what to expect with this one, but let me just confirm it for myself. Nothing earth-shattering here, just pretty much the Cajun Sparkle seasoning with a nice peppery back aftertaste along with a nice potatoey inside to the Tots themselves. Nice and crispy on the outside, they're fairly medium-sized and pretty tasty. And hey, considering the amount that I actually have with this combo, I'm glad I've got those red beans and rice for afterwards because there's really not too many of them in here. But guys, they are pretty tasty. Let me give you a nice cross-section shot of one on the inside. As you can see, it's got a nice dense potatoey middle surrounded by a lot of crispy golden goodness on the outside along with that Cajun Sparkle seasoning, guys. Just a pretty tasty tater tot with a little bit of extra saltiness because of the seasoning, but not bad whatsoever. You know, in doing a little research for this review, I was talking with my buddy The Endorsement, and he was telling me that this Cajun Sparkle seasoning was actually something available back in the 80s, which I had no idea about whatsoever. I guess these packets have been around for a bit. And since he just launched his review on exactly what we're taking a look at right now, make sure to click the link to his video down below in the description box, where I'm sure he's going to give you an enhanced history lesson on exactly how this Cajun Sparkle was back in the day. But when it comes to the new version of it, like I said, I was supposed to get that in the ranch form, but instead they gave me some standard ranch and a bunch of these packets. So I thought I'd mix it up together to give it something close to what it should be, and I'm thinking it shouldn't be too far off from the real thing. So let's go for a dip. You know, it kind of looks like a little blackened ranch when it's mixed together with the Cajun Sparkle, but as you can see, ranch goodness with lots of seasoning to go with, and a nice thick nugget, aka boneless wing, to go in with it here. This is going to be pretty tasty, I think. Let's do it. Oh yeah, sauced up, good to go. Wow. Oh yeah. That nice classic outer crispy coating from Popeyes that you know is synonymous with the Popeyes brand. Whenever you bite into it, you know it's Popeyes chicken that you're having. Some Cajun seasoning to go with, and a nice peppery backburn that I'm getting as well, along with a little of the extra saltiness on top of the coating itself. It's just a little elevated, but guys, it's very flavorful as you'd expect it to be. And like I said, I don't think I'm missing too much by not having the actual Cajun Sparkle ranch sauce specifically in the package here, because I think it's really just a combination of their standard buttermilk and that seasoning. So guys, the flavor is on point. Pretty much I think this is what to expect. This Cajun Sparkle seasoning is really adding to the overall experience on top of the light creaminess and the tartness of the ranch itself, guys. It's really tasty. All right, you know what we got to do right now, right? I think it's time for this tot to go for a swim. One packet of that Cajun Sparkle seasoning really does the trick for one of these sauces here, guys. Let's go for a little dip with this tot and see what this does to the flavor. How bad could it be, right? It's ranch and fried potatoes. All day long. Oh yeah. Now I wish I had a few more tots to go with this right now because I'm already running out. Tasty though, guys. So let me give you one more close-up on the inside of these boneless wings, and hopefully you can see a little bit of the red that's all throughout, guys. These are marinated very nicely. You can tell this was actually done before the actual breading itself. And I have to admit again, the Cajun Sparkle seasoning is a major highlight on this one. It really goes into that coating very nicely, and the flavor is really solid. Even if it's just a little bit higher in salt, it's definitely awesome, guys. And I can definitely see why they're adding that seasoning to the ranch to go with this one. It really is pretty awesome. So let me rate this one on a whole, because this is the very first time I've actually ever had Popeyes chicken where I've had to add my own type of seasoning this way. And I have to admit, I really like the fact that I can do that. Each of these packets say you can sprinkle on to suit your taste. But I'm going to tell you right now, you don't need very much of this, guys. The flavor is killer on its own. But again, add this to the ranch if you guys don't get it directly, and that combination, like I said, is going to take your mouth into the stratosphere taste-wise. It really is pretty great. So with all that said, I'm going to have to give the Cajun Sparkle Boneless Wings and Tots here at Popeyes a pretty rock solid 9 out of 10. It's just a little elevated in the salt department compared to everything else I've had in the past recently from Popeyes, but I do have to admit the flavor is very, very strong. And again, with the ranch sauce specifically, the creaminess kind of cuts into that just a little bit. But guys, on its own, it is just a little elevated. But the flavor, like I said, pretty rock solid. Now, of course, the question is, did you think this looked and sounded pretty rock solid? Drop some comments down below. Do you remember the Cajun Sparkle seasoning from back in the day? Did this stuff ever really leave for you? Drop some comments down below and let me know what you thought of this one. And if you've already given it a shot, did it totally rock your world? I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on it. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So while you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon, in the meantime, stay frosty. Pick a card, any card. Trust me, there's not a bad one in the deck. All right, everyone, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.